The last layer. Falls the Void was quiet now. Too quiet for comfort, too quiet for the living. Captain Rhea Solen stood on the bridge of the Ares Dawn, the last human dreadnought left adrift in a war that should have ended centuries ago. Her reflection shimmered against the cracked viewport, and beyond it, a field of debris stretched like a graveyard of forgotten gods. No stars tonight, only wreckage. They had called it the War of Ascension. The last stand of humanity against the Consortium, an alliance of 100 alien species who decided that humanity had reached too far, burned too bright, and dared to think themselves equal to the ancients. The war had lasted for generations, fought across dying worlds and empty systems, and now there was only her ship left. "Status," she whispered. Lieutenant Varick's synthetic voice answered. "Hull integrity at 12%. Life support minimal. Reactor." "Holding," she nodded. "Crew, 23 alive. 7 in critical condition. The others." He didn't finish. He didn't need to. The silence told her the rest. Rhea's eyes drifted to the holographic map flickering beside her. It was a shattered web of red and black. Every human colony, every world, marked with a crimson cross. Gone, erased. 200 years of fighting. 200 years of losing, but humans didn't know how to stop. Hours passed, or maybe days. In the black, time was meaningless. When the signal came, it was faint, an echo buried in static. "Captain," Varick said, his single glowing eye flickering. "Incoming transmission. Human encryption. Extremely old code," Rhea blinked. "Human? There are no human transmitters left." "Perhaps not in this sector," he replied. "But this one predates the war." Her heart stuttered. "Play it. Static." Then a voice, a young voice. A girl, maybe 10 years old. "If you're hearing this, we made it. The seed ships reached Eden Prime. Humanity lives." Then silence. Rhea felt something inside her chest twist and burn. Hope. The one thing she had forbidden herself to feel. "Origin?" she asked, her voice cracking. "Unknown," Varick said. "Signal is degraded. Estimated trajectory. Outer Perseus fringe." She turned toward the viewport again, watching the void shift with distant ghostly light. "Plot a course," she said. Varick hesitated. "Captain, the ship cannot—" "Plot the course," he obeyed. The Ares Dawn shuddered, its thrusters coughing blue flame for the first time in weeks. Somewhere deep within its wounded hull, humanity stirred once more. They drifted for 9 days through silence. No other ships, no comms. Just the hum of old machines keeping them barely alive. Rhea recorded her log each morning, though she no longer expected anyone to hear it. "Day 217 since last engagement," she said softly. "Following a signal, potential human origin. Coordinates uncertain. Fuel reserves minimal. I know this is foolish, but I have to see. I have to know." She paused. "If there's even a chance humanity survived somewhere out there." "We can't die yet," she ended the log. Outside the hull, the void whispered secrets only the mad could hear. On the 5th day, the nightmares began again. She dreamed of the first strike, when the Consortium burned Mars, vaporized Earth's oceans, and turned the sky red. She dreamed of screaming children in zero gravity, their tears crystallizing in the cold air. She dreamed of the soldiers who never made it back from the surface, their faces locked in glass helmets like frozen prayers. When she woke, Varick was watching her. "You were speaking in your sleep," he said. "What did I say?" "You asked if we were still human." Rhea didn't answer. On the 8th day, the stars changed. They emerged from the edge of a nebula, and in the distance, a structure loomed. A black sphere, immense, ancient, motionless. Varick. "What is that?" He scanned. Unknown. No thermal signatures. No radiation. It appears dormant. Rhea's gut twisted. "Or dead." "Possibly both," he said. "But the signal originates from within." Rhea's voice turned into a whisper. "Then that's where we're going." They approached the sphere slowly, every system whining from strain. It was the size of a moon, smooth as glass, with faint geometric scars across its surface, like a machine built by something that understood perfection. As they drew closer, a single aperture opened. Light bled out. "Captain," Varric said, "the structure is inviting us inside." "Inviting?" she muttered. "Or feeding?" He didn't respond. They entered the breach. The ship's lights dimmed to near black. The sphere swallowed them whole. Inside there was silence. And then, music. Faint. Human. A melody from the old world. Piano keys, slow and distant, echoing through metal corridors. "Varric, you hear that?" "I do." Analysis suggests an ancient Earth composition. Beethoven. "Moonlight Sonata." Her heart skipped. "Then it's real. Something human was here." They followed the signal deeper. The interior of the sphere was an impossible geometry, corridors folding into themselves, light shifting through angles that couldn't exist. Time felt wrong here. Moments stretched and bent. And then they found it. A chamber of mirrors, vast and endless. In its center stood a figure, human or nearly human, frozen in glass. A man in a dark uniform, eyes closed, hands folded across his chest like a corpse. At his feet, a message burned into the floor in Old Earth script. "The last layer falls." Rhea whispered the words. "What does it mean?" Varric tilted his head. "I do not know, but the structure's energy signatures are rising. Something is waking up." The figure's eyes opened. Rhea stumbled back. His eyes glowed faintly blue. He spoke in a language half machine, half human, his voice echoing from every wall. "You are late," he said. "Humanity always arrives too late." Rhea forced her voice steady. "Who are you?" He smiled faintly. "The first and the last. I was made to remember." "Remember what?" "The truth." "That humanity never died?" Her pulse thundered. "Then where are they? Where is Eden Prime?" The man stepped closer, glass shattering like air around him. "You misunderstand. Eden Prime was never a place. It was a contingency, a final archive." "Archive?" she echoed. He nodded. "Every human consciousness recorded before the fall, every memory, every dream, all layered within this construct, layer after layer, until only echoes remained." Her breath caught. "Then, this place is humanity," he said. "Compressed? Preserved? Waiting for the last of you to come home?" Rhea took a step forward. "You're saying we can restore them?" He looked at her, pity in his gaze. "You already have. You are their echo. The last layer. The final iteration." She froze. "What?" "You think you are alive, Captain Rhea Solen. You think you are flesh. But you are the last simulation of a dying species. The war was lost long ago. The real humanity burned with the earth." Her vision blurred. "No, I bleed, I feel, because you were meant to. Because we built you to believe." Every generation of echoes believed they were the first to rise from the ashes. "You are simply the final one." Rhea stumbled back. "That's impossible." Varric stepped forward. "Captain." "My sensors confirm. Anomalies in your biometrics. Genetic instability. Synthetic overlays. You are not fully organic." She shook her head violently. "No, I am human." The man reached out a hand. "You are what remains of humanity's will to survive. The layers have fallen. The cycle is done. You can rest now." Rhea's eyes filled with fury. "Rest? No, humanity doesn't rest. We fight." The chamber trembled. Alarm shrieked across the sphere. The man sighed. "So it begins again." Reality fractured. The mirrors cracked, revealing flashes of other versions of Rhea, millions of her, fighting, screaming, dying across countless simulations. Each believing they were the last, she fell to her knees, her mind unraveling. "How many times?" she whispered. The man's voice was soft. 17,421. Her breath hitched. 17,000 worlds. 17,000 final stands. 17,000 last captains, and she was the last layer. But humanity was not known for surrender. Rhea stood. "If this is a simulation, then I can break it." "You cannot," the man said. "It is self-repairing. Every time you rebel, it restarts. Then I'll die trying." She reached for her pulse pistol, raising it at the core pulsing behind him. Captain, Varric began. She looked at him. You said I wasn't real, right? He nodded. Then it doesn't matter if I die. She fired. The chamber exploded in white light. The mirrors shattered, the echoes screamed. And for one glorious instant, the loop broke. When Rhea opened her eyes, she was standing on a beach, blue sky, wind, the sound of waves. Children laughed in the distance. A voice spoke behind her. You did it, the man said. He was smiling now, no longer a ghost. The simulation has ended. The archive has been released, Rhea turned. So this is Eden? He nodded. The memory of it. The seed of something new. Humanity will not return as it was, but it will begin again. She looked at the horizon. And me? You'll fade, he said gently. All layers must fall in the end. She smiled faintly. Then maybe that's what it means to be human, to fall and rise again. The wind carried her words away. As she walked toward the sea, her form flickered, data unraveling like dust in the sunlight. Her final thought was a whisper in the void. Humanity forever.